This is our marinara sauce. This is a diabetic pasta, and this is a regular pasta with our homemade marinara sauce. Thank you so much for watching. Please enjoy. Today we are going to make homemade marinara sauce. You want a medium-low temperature, a little bit of olive oil, enough just to cook your onion in, not any more than that. Your onion and your garlic. You're gonna let that heat up a little bit. It'll start to shimmer. Shimmering when you're cooking with oil, it'll look like little ripples, like on a pond, like someone disturbed the pond. It's faint, so you gotta watch. And it's starting to ripple. I have a medium, half of a medium onion, so either one small onion or half of a medium onion, diced up. Add to your oil. And to that, I am going to add a forkful of pre-jarred garlic. You can use fresh garlic. Normally I do, but I did my prep last night. Forkful for making marinara with the onion, and I forgot to cut the garlic, and I don't want to get my cutting board knife out and dirty again just for a little bit of garlic. So I'll use the pre stuff. And we are going to just saute these until the onion is softened in the oil. Anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. And as you see, you don't need a lot of oil. You can give the onion a little stir, make sure it's coated in the oil. We've had our onions and garlic sauteing 1 to 3 minutes on low to medium heat. They are starting to get tender. When you start your sauce, you're going to want to make sure you have an hour to let it cook before you're ready to serve it. It takes very little effort, but it needs to sit and cook all of its spices and herbs together to taste really good for an hour. So you want one 28-ounce can of puree or sauce. If you like whole crushed tomatoes, you can put some in there. I don't like chunks of tomato in mine. I never did like chunks of tomato in my sauce. I'd always pick them out. We're going to give this a stir. You can use less sauce. Now the idea is however much sauce you put in is how much water you need. However, I have it a little short of a full can because when I cook my pasta, I'm going to take a ladle or 1 cup full of my pasta water and add it to the sauce to help bring up more flavor into it. So we want to continue cooking this. We are going to add, and this is to taste. If you like a lot of basil and parsley and oregano, add more. If you don't like much, don't add it. Now, if it was summertime and I had my garden going, I'd be using fresh herbs and not dried herbs. This is basil. And this is my parsley. And honestly, in my cans here, I have some of my dried herbs from my garden. And this is my oregano. To that, we also want to add a tad bit of sugar because the sauce is very acidic. And we want to turn it down to low at this point. Normally I'd add more sugar than I'm going to, but because I have a diabetic in the house, I add even less, just enough to help with the acidity. So I'm only going to add like 1/4 teaspoon of sugar. And we're going to add salt. Probably a quarter of a teaspoon as well. I'm going to stir all my herbs in. Now you want to make sure after you get your herbs stirred in, you don't want your sauce evaporating. So you have to make sure it is a very tight lid that you put on your sauce while it cooks. So that this, once you get all your herbs in, and it's about halfway through cooking, you can stop and taste it. See if it's got enough flavor for you. If it doesn't, add more of your herbs. Oregano and the basil is probably the one that you would need the most if you have to add more, but it's up to your preference. Right now, if you tasted it, it wouldn't taste great because all the herbs haven't marinated in the sauce. Now, since my lid actually has a hole in the center to allow steam to go through, that is not going to get me a tight lid. So I'm going to take aluminum foil, place it over my pan, and then place my lid on top and press it down to make sure I have a nice tight seal to prevent any evaporation. Then we're going to come back and check this in about 30 minutes. We are going to check our sauce. It's been 30 minutes. I'm going to give it a nice stir. Oh, that looks so good. I make a large can of sauce when I do it because I make lasagna afterwards, and then I have it dippy for stromboli, other leftovers. Perfect. It's perfect. I'm going to let it continue cooking until I add my water in, and I'm going to cook my pastas. Okay, so we have our marinara sauce. I'm going to lift the lid and the foil. Does not look delicious. Give it a quick stir. Oh, you only need to make one this big if you plan to do other things with it, which I do. Now I'm going to take a ladle full of my pasta water and add directly into my sauce. And I'm going to give it a stir. And it's ready to serve. You can let that cook another 5 or 10 minutes if you prefer, or you can serve it right away. Please let me know when you make this, if you make it, how you enjoyed it, if you like it or dislike it. Please let me know. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.